No, it's a combination of that they hear about this new bit of technology that could save them money or give them extra productivity or whatever, and sometimes people just go out and buy it because they think it's going to be a saving. They listen to the sales pitch rather than actually what can it do for me, where does it fit within my organisation, and how I use technology to enable business process or do things smarter and faster sometimes. So I think a lot of times people get caught in that way. They buy more and more tech. Someone might come into the organisation and say, oh, in my previous job we used this bit of tech and we should buy it, and they go and buy it because they think that it's what the organisation needs. So it's a really difficult minefield that we're trying to solve for people, is say, is tech helping your business? Is it empowering your business to grow as you grow? Or is it just going to confuse you? Is it just going to waste your money? I think the biggest thing is, apart from the waste of money, is who supports it. Where does the data reside in your business? A lot of technology overlaps in what it does. So where do systems sit within the organisation? Data is a big thing. Like, where does data reside? Where does your customer data, your basic customer information, their name, the company name, phone number, email, all of those type of things, where should it sit? Because it should only really sit in one place, and then could be accessed by multiple other bits of technology. But you don't want Joe Smith in one database, in one bit of technology, and then it be Jonathan Smith in the next bit of technology, because then you said it's two different customers. Have you got two different customers? No, you've got one customer. So trying to centralise some core bits of data is crucial. And the more tech you have that uses similar data, if it's not aligned and it's not coming from single source, can create all types of mess within your business. Well, that's probably where you call someone like us in, because we can sit there and audit what technology you've got. So we can look at every bit of technology you've got. We can start talking to your staff about what they use it for, and then give you an assessment to say, this is all the technology you've currently got within your organisation, this is the key features of it, and this is where data resides in it, and is it the best place for it? So, it's about having those type of discussions in an independent way, so people just go, oh, I use this, I always use this, and I've always used this, because they're busily doing their job. They're not looking at the bigger picture. I'd say they will always save money even in the short term, let alone the long term, because a basic audit to us, and to be able to present it to business owners and people that run companies, will give them a clear visibility of what tech they've got. They can then do the assessment of whether it's financially within their budgets or it's not within their budgets. That's not our domain. But it will give them a clear picture of everything that I don't think they've probably had for a long while, if it ever, as businesses grow and they just buy more and more tech. Because most of the businesses we talk to don't have technology departments that administer their software and their hardware and what they buy and all that sort of thing. They just see normally a subscription fee or an annual license fee for a piece of technology, and that's the last time they hear about it, in effect. So I think it definitely saves them, definitely in the short term, because I think probably 80-90% of businesses we talk to have duplication in systems in some way that they don't need. I think it's definitely one of the first steps. I think it's the first step we can help them with, but I think at the same time that we do a tech audit, they have to look at their own business processes, have to look at the way they operate. Because a tech audit's only going to tell them a list of software they've bought or a list of hardware they've bought. It's not going to tell them anything like that. Where it is powerful is where they start to go, how do we use it in our everyday jobs? How do we go from a sales inquiry through to that, fulfill an order, to ship goods if that's what you're doing, to then satisfy your own customers what they've asked for. I think if you knew that journey a little bit more detailed as businesses, then and you align that to the technology, that's where the real start to advantage happens. I think the audit's a definite must. I think if you start to think that your business is not quite working efficiently, tech audits definitely. I'd be doing it. It'd be something I'd be doing every 12 months or 18 months at the outside. Every year, every 18 months. Because your technology is going to change in that time. The way you operate is going to change in that time. So I'd be calling us as soon as you can, to be perfectly honest.